Hey, what's up guys? We're back with a quick little side quest here. I mentioned this in some of my previous videos, but what we're going to be doing is getting a magician focus item, specifically the Broom of Trilon. Um, and I'll kind of go through the reason for doing this. So we're in Lava Storm Mountains right now. This is off of Nectulos Forest. I got dropped off here by a druid, so if you land here at the druid ring, where we're going is just right over this ridge. Couldn't be easier to get to, so I would highly suggest that's the route you go. Have a druid drop you off here, pop over here, and turn in the quest items, but we are going into the Temple of Whoa, okay. Big time thunder there. Turning down the volume. Sorry about that. So we are going to the temple, I think it's Solusek Row, is that right? Solesk? I think it's Solusek. This zone was introduced, I think it was shortly after, it was before Kunark was released, so maybe like a few months after release. I could be totally off on that, I'm sort of guessing from what I remember, but essentially this whole zone is just full of quest mobs, and they're all on a specific faction that does not hate anyone starting out. So whether you're a a good guy, a human paladin, or a nasty little troll like me, they have no problem with you here. So you can lower this faction, so be careful out there. You don't want to go killing any of these mobs in here, but I've never had a problem just like out in the world lowering the faction. It's very specific, so probably don't need to worry about it. And if you do lower it, you can raise it by killing shadowed men, so you're not like shit out of luck. But so I wanted to kind of just walk through how to get to the quest NPC, because this is gonna be kind of a maze when you come in here. Thankfully this one's fairly easy, so when you first come in, you come to these big double doors. You're gonna go left through the door here, follow this to loop around until you get to another door, and you think you're going to go straight, but you're really not. You're going to go left. There's a door right here that's going to take you up to the second floor, and then real easy, just another left, and Vera. This is our girl that we're turning in the quest pieces for, so pretty easy to get to her. Hopefully you don't get lost doing that, but anyways, the reason for doing this quest, for doing a magician focus item quest on a shaman, is because it gives us an item that gives us a clicky reclaim energy spell. This is especially useful for a shaman or a druid who get pets but don't get reclaim energy. If you don't know, reclaim energy, when you cast it, it will destroy your pet and give you back the mana that you use to cast it. So I use this on my druid occasionally when like I'm in a fight that I know I'm going to need a lot of mana. I'll cast a pet beforehand, and then when I get low mana, I just do my little clicky reclaim energy, and I get like 600 mana back, because that's how much it costs to cast the pet. So it's just like a little mana battery essentially. But for my shaman, why I'm doing it for him is because, you know, I've been casting my pet a lot since I got him level 34, and I've had a couple strings where like I just keep getting bad pets, like 5 or 6 pets in a row. I'm trying to get like a more powerful pet, and it's a lot of mana. Like I just got my new pet spell, it's 400 mana. Like it's you know, quite a delay when you're trying to get a good pet, and then you have to like sit down and med or cannibalize. So it was costing a lot of mana essentially. So this makes it really nice. Only thing you have to wait for is the spell cooldown, because you can just cast it, you know, send him in the battle. If he sucks, you know, reclaim energy and get him back. So it's going to be super helpful in that regard. The druid, it's like sort of helpful in certain occasions because that pet's just awful. You're never going to use him for anything other than a mana battery. But shaman, totally different story. You're going to use that all the time. So this is, I don't want to say must have, like I don't want to be that try-hardy about it, like you can play a shaman without this, but it's just going to save you a lot of time and mana if you get it, and it's really not a hard quest to do. So to go through what it actually is here, I've got my 4 items here. There are technically 4 magician focus items you could get. and they all have the same effect for a shaman. Um, they all have the reclaim energy clicky, but there's a broom, a shovel, a torch, and a stein, whatever it is. Um, I tend to do the broom when I need to do it, just because I think it's the easier of the four. It's got the cheapest. They all have like a gem component. It's got the cheapest gem component. A star ruby's like 68 plat at a vendor versus I think one of them calls for like a ruby, which is like 150 plat. One's like a sapphire, which is 100 plat. So this is technically the cheapest gem component. And then the other items that you need, the Cyclops toes, um, super easy to get. You know, basically all of the items you need some sort of giant toes, whether it's hill giant or ice giant or fire giant. Broom happens to be Cyclops toes. If you can't kill a Cyclops, just go to Wrath Mountains where people are killing hill giants, and Cyclops are placeholders, so someone's gonna have some toes to give you. And they'll probably give them to you for free, if not sell them to you for like 10 plat, or they might just be rotting on Cyclops there. So super easy to get the toes for that. And then the other item, the Griffin feathers. Griffins are all over the place. Any of the Karanas, you can find them, and there's lower level ones that drop them too. I think like the Griffons. I'm pretty sure they drop them as well. So you might be, killing them for a little bit to get it. I got lucky on this one. The first one I killed dropped it, so it's not like a super rare drop. But really, the bottleneck in these quests is the base item. So like the broom, the shovel, the torch, those things drop in Najena primarily, so that's the dungeon off of Lava Storm Mountains. That's the main place people get them. They drop off of the magicians in the zone, and I actually just learned they also drop off of the goblin magicians in zone, so if you're going through, make sure to hit those guys too. I've had a thin-boned, a dark-boned skeleton that spawned in there drop a Stein, sorry, I don't know how to say that word. I don't know which way it is. um, so there's some like wonky ones in there too, where like people think it's just the magicians. There are a few other mobs that will drop these, so definitely the dark boned. It's rare. It might be more rare with them, but I've seen it happen personally. But anyways, the reason this is the bottleneck is like you might get one of the four, but is it the one that you actually want? So like, are you gonna get the broom for sure? Probably not. Like you might get the shovel or the torch. So really, you probably want to start there, get the item, and then do the quest based off of that. So you can also buy these in the tunnel. People sell them fairly regularly for like 100 plat. I did that here. I specifically did the broom because I thought I had a broom on my tunnel alt, but I actually had a shovel, so I collected all the stuff that I needed, and then I literally was like getting ready to turn this in. I was in this zone, and then I like came out of my coma or whatever and realized that had a shovel and not a broom. So I was like, crap. I guess I need to replace that. Good thing I didn't turn it in. So I went and bought one in the tunnel for 100 plat. Someone was selling it, so why not? I did try a few runs into Jenna to see if I could get it, and I got nothing. So just went and bought it myself. So anyways, enough of me talking. I'm gonna go ahead and hand these in to Vera and kind of show this puppy in action. I'm like 90% sure I've got everything I need here, so hopefully this just works, and sweet. So there it is, Broom of Trilon. So you do have to have this in an inventory slot. It won't click from a bag, but if you just do that, you can very easily cast it. So let me summon a pet here. I don't know if it's exactly a one-for-one trade-off. Like, do you get 100% of the mana back? I think it's pretty close. It's a big chunk of it, for sure. So let's just do it real quick and see if we get to full mana. So that took 25% of my mana to cast that pet. Boom, back to full mana. So yeah, it is 100% that you get back. I mean, that's just insanely useful. Like I say, like when you get a string of bad pets, you're wasting like 10-15 minutes on just like regaining mana. So yeah, this is a big deal, quite frankly. And it's just so you know, like, so you don't try and cheese the system, it is dependent upon how much health your pet has left. So, if he's fighting and he has like 5% health left, you can't just clicky him and get all the mana back. It's like you'll get like 5% of the mana back in that situation, or 50% if he's half health. So um, still a neat little trick. I mean, if you know you need to run or something and you're gonna sacrifice your pet, like might as well reclaim energy as you're running away, get some mana back. But definitely more useful for when you're chain casting, trying to get a good pet to get that mana back quickly. So there you have it, guys. This is just sort of a quick one-off. Again, super useful for a shaman. Probably most of all the classes. I mean, besides magicians, obviously, this is their focus item to make their pets stronger. So, gonna be most useful for them. But definitely, I would say kind of a must-have for shaman, and pretty easy to do. So hopefully that helps you a little bit, and I'm going to be enjoying this puppy for sure. Alright guys, we'll catch you in the next one.